Welcome to the Wealth and Love Blueprint, where love meets logic and money reveals the truth.
Okay, I want you to forget everything you think you know about building wealth. Seriously, we're not going to talk about your job or your side hustle or your stock picks today. We're diving into the one single decision that has more power over your bank account than all of those things combined. It's a choice most of us make with our hearts, completely blinded to the fact that it's quietly and sometimes brutally controlling our entire financial destiny.
So let me just ask you straight up, what do you think it is? What is that one decision that really truly makes or breaks you financially? Go ahead, take a second. What's your answer?
Is it your career, that high-paying job you grind away at, or that business you're trying to build from the ground up? That's what most people would say. But nope, that's not it. It's not even close.
All right, so if it's not your job, then it has to be your investments, right? Your stock portfolio, your crypto, that real estate deal you're looking at. Surely that's the key to getting rich. And yeah, those things matter, but they are not the most important factor, not by a long shot.
Here it is. The single biggest financial decision you will ever make is who you choose to build a life with. That's it. That is the uncomfortable, brutal truth of it all. The person you wake up next to every single morning has more influence over your net worth than any CEO, any stockbroker, or any market trend ever will.
So let's pull back the curtain, shall we? For the rest of this explainer, we're going to get real about how love and money get tangled up, often with, pretty destructive results. And we're going to start with the most sneaky cost of all, a silent killer of ambition that I call the invisible psychological tax.
You see, some ways a relationship drains you financially are super obvious. They're loud, you can see them coming a mile away. But this invisible tax, it's different. It's a quiet drain on the one resource you absolutely need to build anything of value in your life, your mental energy. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the left side, the obvious drains. The partner who's a spendthrift, the constant nagging for expensive stuff. You can see that, you can track it. But look at the right side, the invisible tax. This is far more dangerous. It's the mental energy you lose, the focus that gets shattered by constant emotional drama. This isn't just a tax on your wallet, my friend. It's a tax on your potential. This is where ambition goes to die.
So what does this kind of partner look like? Well, they're often super jealous or insecure. They need constant attention and reassurance, which yanks your focus right off of your goals. Their emotions are all over the place, meaning you're always walking on eggshells. And the big one, major decisions about money are made from the heart, not the head, quietly putting you in debt before you even know it hit you.
Now that invisible tax, it often gets worse. It can evolve into something far more intentional, far more manipulative. And that's what we call the prove your love trap. This is where emotion gets turned into a weapon to systematically empty your bank account.
Come on, does this sound familiar? If you really loved me, you would. That one little phrase, it's so powerful. It turns a simple financial request into an emotional test. Suddenly, it's not about the car or the trip, it's a direct challenge. How much do you really love me? Prove it.
And this isn't random. There's a process to it. First, a financial demand gets framed as a test of your love. Pretty soon, how much you're willing to spend becomes the only way to show you're devoted. And once you cave, guess what? The demands just get bigger. Before you know it, you're stuck in this crazy cycle where you constantly have to bleed your bank account dry just to prove you care.
So this raises a huge question, right? Why would any logical person stay in a situation like this? Well, the answer taps into one of the deepest, most primal fears we have as human beings.
The fear of being alone. Man, it is a terrifyingly powerful force. It drives so many of our worst decisions. It's so strong that it can convince a person to choose a guaranteed miserable future with the wrong partner just to avoid an uncertain but maybe incredible future by themselves.
And you can see the whole tragic journey right here. It all starts with settling, because you're afraid to be alone. But that initial feeling of relief, it slowly turns into tedium. Then, over time, that boredom morphs into a quiet kind of self-disgust, a resentment for not valuing yourself more. And where does this path end? Broken finances. And, honestly, a broken spirit.
So look, the most important point is this. The cost isn't just about money. A relationship that destroys your wealth also destroys your self-belief. It just chips away, piece by piece, at your sense of competence and independence, leaving you feeling trapped and way less capable than when you started.
Okay, that was a lot about the problem. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about the solution. How do you find a partner who isn't a financial liability, but is actually your greatest financial asset? A true multiplier?
A multiplier partner adds to your life. They don't take away from it.
They're intellectually stimulating. They bring new ideas to the conversation. They're emotionally consistent, giving you a stable, secure foundation to build from. And this is huge. They have their own ambition, their own drive. They want to build with you, meeting you halfway on ventures and ideas, not just sit back and wait to be spoon-fed.
I mean, this table just says it all, doesn't it? A liability partner consumes ambition, they operate from a place of scarcity, and they create emotional chaos. But an asset partner, a multiplier, they create ambition, they see a world of abundance, and they bring consistency. One drains you, the other multiplies your energy. It's that simple.
And really, this is the goal. It's to find someone who is a genuine asset. A person who doesn't just support your dreams, but actively inspires you to be better, to reach higher, to do more than you ever thought you could on your own.
So as we start to wrap this up, if you remember one thing, let it be this. Your partner is either a tailwind pushing you forward, or they are an anchor dragging you to the bottom. In the long run, there is no in-between. They are either helping you or they are hurting you.
And the main takeaway here is simple. You have to fiercely protect your future. Never, ever, ever compromise your financial well-being and your personal growth for someone who is quietly sucking the life out of your energy, your focus, and your bank account.
So, I'll leave you with a question to really think about. After hearing all of this, what is the #1 financial red flag that from this day forward you will absolutely refuse to tolerate in a relationship? Define it for yourself, because knowing your boundaries is the very first step to securing your future.
By aligning your heart and your finances, you unlock true growth. Subscribe to Wealth and Love Blueprint.